Not necessary. Yeah, we can. I don't know. Do we structure it? We'll talk about the fakes or everything.
Start with the first and just about the test.
Do I show some examples? To Zoom, is it?
Yeah.
But I should do on mute. I don't know how to, because there are videos, so I don't know how to. Unmute. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. How do you do make sure that the audio is actually heard in the Zoom? You mute there, right?
Just
Very well. Say again, la 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 la. No, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. So deepfakes.
oh yes, they need to update.
They publish and yeah, that's.
I'm unmuted.
Oh yeah.
It's not like.
So this should be fine, right? Then so just remove that thing. Chat. Is the screen going to be shared? Yes. I don't know how many people know the example, what deepfakes are. I have several examples to show. Let me start with French, maybe. You know, since we're in Manchester, I'm sure there is a lot of love for French. I think it's a fitting place and to demonstrate that. This guy. This is like a video deepfakes, no audio and deepfake. Just so you have exchange real and deepfake, and please check if you can see the spot the time when the change starts. You don't.
J'ai mon rhumatisme qui devient gênant, ma pauvre Cécile, j'ai 73 ans. Je fais de la chaise longue et j'ai un babysitter, je traînais moins la jambe quand j'étais chanteur. J'avais des boots blanches, un gros ceinturon, une chemise ouverte sur un médaillon. C'était mon sourire, mon atout majeur. Je m'éclatais comme une bête.
Yeah, it's not very good on the screen though, on the Zoom, because it's
Un
not
soir
a
à
delay.
Saint-Georges, je faisais la kermesse. Ma femme attendait, planquée, dans la Mercedes. Elle s'est fait jeter dans l'Indre par tout mon fan club. J'avais une vie de dingue quand j'étais chanteur.
Okay, so the problem is that the audio is not synchronized with video in this screen for you because it goes through Moon, I guess, and back. And but actually it's perfectly synchronized because you don't notice there are a lot of methods before for deepfakes that they kind of focus on synchronization or some kind of not blinking or whatever. This is all, there's nothing works. It's not, those detections don't work because The blinking is fine, the details are fine, the facial spots are fine, the facial hair is fine, the synchronization of audio and video is good. So different type of deepfakes these days. So yeah, it's all those ugly ones are not, and there's zero manual labor was involved here. So everything is automatic. So it's automatically done and automatically generated. The model is trained automatically. For these two people, there's another direction. So the same thing, but the other way. So this is a real person that was swapped to that person that you saw. And now it's the other way around. The other person will be swapped on this one.
J'ai mon rhumatisme qui devient gênant. Ma
So this is
pauvre
another,
Cécile, j'ai
that person
73 ans.
from the first
Je fais de
video
la
came
chaise
here.
longue et j'ai un babysitter. Je traînais moins la jambe quand j'étais chanteur.
So that's basically kind of examples of what I mean when I say deepfake these days. There are also together with voice and face. So voice, there are two types. And video also, I mean, visual also there are many types, but with voice, when the people say voice deepfake is basically, they usually mean text to speech. So you have a model and then you type a text and the model will speak that text, generate audio in the voice of the person you train the model for. So this is the typical use case scenario for Alexa and all those type of automatic system. But when we do this kind of swap type of defect and you replace a one person identity into the body of another person, then you need to have the synchronization issue. So this voice and video synchronization, when both are fake, you need to make sure that the lips are moving the same way the speech is being spoken. When it's text to speech systems, you cannot ensure that because the model is not trained in a way to reflect. Typically, when you have like a model of a speech of a person, you only have the tonality of the person, but you don't have the cadence and the rhythms and the way the person actually speaks. So you cannot replicate that very easily. So you have this synchronization issue when if you text to speech, you have a voice of a person, but it's not the mannerism are not there. So the video will not be synchronized with the audio. But the other types of voice deepfakes is when you convert voice of one person to another. Convert means it's the same as swapping of a face. You swap a voice, but you don't swap. That's why it's called conversion. You keep the content of the spoken word the same, but the tonality is changing to the other person. So this is the example that I will show you here. Yeah, let's do this. So this is like a data set that we generated for the.
My name is Aya Duplanti and I live Boulevard Daslas.
Oh, yeah, this is really, the Zoom thing is really pissing me off. Yeah, you don't see any real like movement, so you need to really look at the video actually. I don't know how to help you there. It's going to be the same in like in all of them, right? So this screen is not real screen, it's like it's a deep fake. I mean, it's not the screen, it goes through the moon and back, and that's what therefore, yeah. All this audiovisual thing is like really, I thought something will be wrong, so I found what.
My account number is 4539672761575.
So
Le code
yeah, even French.
Eh?
This guy, that's-
988.
I actually don't know if you can hear that the voice changes, that the voice of people is actually being reflected here. So recently I did example with me and my son, which is we found it to be controversial for some reason. So I did the same thing with me and my kid who's 11 years old. So since I kind of in my mind, I think he's my property, I guess. I made him do it, abused him a little bit, and then he doesn't know it yet. That's the beauty of the kid. They don't know they're being abused. Right. So I will show you the result of that abuse. So this is the original kid.
I'm 43 years old and I'm becoming bold.
So I made him speak weird things that he doesn't understand why. And basically like pretending he's an old person, you know. Like
I have a large house and I live in the center of London.
yeah, so, and whatever other things. And then I also recorded my own, yeah, wait, this is fake, sorry, jumped. So I record my own videos as well, like saying also kind of bad things. I'm really a little child, so don't get fooled by my appearance. I think I'm not adult at all. I'm saying also things that I'm child. I like playing with little kids, and it sounds a bit weird if you think that's, you know, me saying it, which I'm a kind of 40s, yeah. And then I replaced basically the face and voice. So now my child here, yeah, maybe here is easier. So this is okay, let me see, so I'm clicked here. So this is me, but the face and voice of my kid. The voice of the kid is not very good. You don't hear, because the tonality, so the model is not very well catching the kid's high pitch, but still the face is quite okay. I'm really a little child, so don't get fooled by my appearance. I think I'm not adult at all. So I have this like I basically make myself younger. And then for the kid, I make him older. So this is my
I'm
face on
43 years old and I'm becoming bold.
But you can hear the voice is actually quite adult-like. So the original voice is different. It's actually quite obvious. So you can hear this original.
I'm 43 years old and I'm becoming bold.
And this one is the old one.
I'm 43 years old and I'm becoming bold.
So the voice is actually, I don't know if you can hear that voice, my voice or not. This is not always obvious. If you can hear that, it's actually me. But it resembles a bit. I mean, definitely resembles in terms of the voice and face recognition systems, automatic ones. They all, in more than 94% of the time, they think it's that person's voice that being targeted here. With children, I don't know. This is why we have this age thing. So with children, it's harder because none of the models are trained on children data. So this one we don't know. And also none of the models that convert to child or to other voice person, they're not trained on children data. Therefore, you have this issue that is not being very well picked up. So like you can hear this. So when I convert me to the wait here. So for example, here, like the voice is not being picked up because the model was not trained on children data. So it's hard for the model to figure it out. So
another issue is the predatory behavior of adults pretending to be kids.
It's like a child who's been smoking for 5 years or something. So it's a bit of an issue. So yeah. Well, some do start early, so I don't know. That's nothing unusual here, though. So I have this to show the transition, like with the other videos that I showed. Here's
I'm 43 years old.
And I'm becoming bold.
You can
I
see
have a large house and
I live in the center of London.
everything is the same except the face, right? So that's what
my wife doesn't like me.
Anymore.
voila. Yeah, I have worse example. Let me dig some, because I do like this absurdity of this. Let me see, which one is this? The creepy one.
I'm really a little child, so don't get.
No, is that another one?
I want to have a lot of little friends with whom I can talk. And by little friends, I mean my age friends, not really little. You would think it's little because if it would be like adult talking, but actually I'm a child.
Things like that. It's a bit pedophilic, I'm sorry, but that's where the reality is. I'm trying to hint with this example. That's actually where the reality actually is. So the underground dark net and all this dark web thing, that's what they're doing. So this is all funny, but it's not funny when police is actually involved. And that's hard to catch, and it's getting wild. It's becoming so easy that it's actually really dangerous. And I mean, it started with the like revenge porn type of videos, so which were targeting females mostly, but now it's getting so simple that it can target children as well. So there's no limit to this, to the depth of the abyss we are going to look at. So, but like with the recently Twitter shared this Taylor Swift's videos, but that's like a surprised me that it came so late, because these models existed 2 years at least. And I generated a set with those swaps last year and spring. So that means that's been, I don't know why Taylor Swift appeared only now, because those videos, the pornographic content of, it's very popular. People are paying money to swap faces on the porn actresses of the people they like. I don't know. Either there's like a ex-girlfriends or the, I don't know, the actresses that are normal actresses. I don't know. So, but there's basically an industry, and people pay money, and it's a business, and it's run like a business, and it's very well maintained by mostly Russian and Chinese speaking actors. I mean, whatever the reason. I wonder why it's always Russians and Chinese. Well, Russians have been around, but Chinese coming up lately on the scene, I guess, of bad actors. Sorry, man. Well, we're in the same boat. Okay, so that's the example scene. So I can show you some processing details of how it's been done, right? So the way it's done, so you take a video, normal video, and it's an automated process. You split it in frames like this, right? So you have these images. I'm scrolling through images, yeah? But you don't notice because it's a video. So you split in each frame, you store it as an image. And each image is like one, you know, 1/30th of the second, right? So it's representing of the movements of the eyes. You see the mouse, all the details. And you do it for both people you want to swap between. And then you have a model that basically you run on GPU. It's already pre-trained normally. So pre-trained means it was run on a rather set of this type of pairs for many hours, couple of weeks usually on a good GPU for, let's say, a million images, yeah, something like that. And then here I used only a minute, not more than a minute of a video. So in total, not more than 2,000 images per person. So I have 2,000 images per person of this type. And then I tune the model, means I continue training it just for this specific, so that it converges to these two people now. In this specific example, I'm using what's known in those kind of circles as Jessica Alba model. Well, it's a specific model I downloaded from someone who shared, who pre-trained it, and that basically trained all sorts of images towards Jessica Alba. So converts everyone to Jessica Alba, effectively. You can do the same, continuing the same vein. You can have like convert everyone to the same person, but often what we want to convert two people randomly. So you have to kind of for these swaps, high quality swaps, you have to pre-train for two people separately every time. And it takes about 9 hours or 10 hours to tune for these two people. So I tune it for 10 hours. First I pre-process, so first crop and align. So have these images that I just extracted and then align. So all the eyes are the same position. So the align means in this image, the head is moving around, but the eyes are in the same place. So the model is just learning that that it knows that the eyes are always in the same place. And then the model is, when it trains it finds mask of a face. So it's trained the same way that it's have two masks, one for one person, another for another person. It maps one mask into another because the size of the face can be different, the shape different. So it learns the shape basically of a face and then swaps the mask. So inside that white thing, it replaces the pixels from whatever it was there to the pixels that it generates. So the more it's generative AI, that's what it basically does. It generates the pixels inside that mask and replaces it there. So, and then another process here, which is not shown, but when you just paste it in, you will have just you have a border because the result is not the same. It doesn't appear, the background and lighting is different. So then you have to have blending methods that paste it in such a way that you don't see the border. So this is like a post-processing, not automated. It's like it's automated, but it's not AI. So it's not like anything fancy. It's like 50 years old type of methods that are kind of developed for a while, like a signal processing, typical signal processing. So that's it. And then you put this back together. So you have all these images that you paste in, and then you put them back in the video. And each frame corresponds to the original frame. So the mouse is open, the eyes are blinking, all that is it's happening the same way. So, but it is different appearance, right? So, and then you put it back into the video, and then you have, for audio, have a similar, well, it's a bit different, but for audio, you have a similar type of conversion, and then you put together audio track, video track in the same video, that you are done. You get this result. That's how it's actually being done. So this is deepfakes. Is the way I think about the deepfakes but it's original form. But there are other ways to do fake stuff, like for example, de-aging, right? This is like filters on what do you call that thing? Snapchat, yeah. So that type, they do these type of things. Well, I don't have exactly the same good looking video images, but I did my own kind of de-aging like this, like photos from internet, and then you make them younger, right? You can go very ugly. I mean, sometimes like you basically, this is like it's like you have it's like you have a face, and then you find the direction in a certain medium, is like in a space, they call it. Like you walk in that direction, and it's younger. You walk in the opposite direction, it will be older. So the idea is that. So that's also kind of, you can call it deepfake, but it's not strictly deepfake. I don't know. It's hard to define. So nowadays it's so loose, everything is deepfake. But I mean, everything fake is deepfake. I mean, you slow down a video, it's deepfake, but it's not really. Like this screen is, I call it deepfake. It's not true, but people do think that way these days. It's kind of getting confused. Yeah.
Is it also possible to replace sort of, in your case, you change also the features of the face of the child? Is it possible to keep them as they are, and you just change them out?
Yes, that's another way. Yeah. There are these ways that's a kind of just manipulate the mouse features. Yeah. It started with like a so-called famous Obama paper, 2018, I think. And yeah, but they even did it more magically. It's like they go from text to features and speech. So they want to synchronize. So you just type a text, and everything is the same except this part. They basically generate audio, and from audio they generate the features that should match audio. The problem with synchronization is persistent anyway. So this work actually ended up into the startup, which is UK based, which is called Synthesia, I think. I think it's called Synthesia, and yes, is right, this one. So they create you like a digital avatars from text. You can do basically this. So you type a text. That
Hey, I'm Alex, one of over 160 AI avatars available in Synthesia. In a few clicks, you can create a free video just like this one.
Yeah, you can create like it's like give you a web-based interface. You can, but the thing is, they pre-trained models for specific actors they hired, and they did a lot of training for those actors specifically. So you select people, and you can also, they say you can do it yourself, but the result will be worse, of course, because like you can collect your own data, upload for them, they will train for you for money, I think, and but the lighting, everything will be a bit, I'm sure there is some issues there, but yeah, so you type text and it will speak for you synchronized, not perfectly, so you can still see it. If you type some weird text that like a name of a company, for example, it's hard to pronounce for those type of models, but yes, that's what Obama paper came to right now with this startup. But basically, yeah, so so it's text to video, I would say. The swap that I've done with my son and all the different people, those are much more realistic in the end of the day. Still, like they are really behaving realistically. Like the swaps is better. If you have someone driving the fake media, so it's basically like one is the actor and another one is the person you try to replicate. You like a victim, we call it, right? Because you basically creating an attack. You're creating a fake person of the other person with using a real person, second real person. So those produce, I think, the best visual quality, audio visual quality. So you have a good audio and good video, you can achieve much better results than this Synthesia is trying to do. That's in my opinion, like visually they look much more realistic and still possible to detect. I mean, so yeah, so the point is like you have all these type of different synthetically generated things. I mean, there is all this OpenAI, they're creating completely generated videos. They don't have that specific person yet. They cannot transfer ID. They just have abstract type of form of videos. Like if it's a person, it's a person. So you can't mimic, like maybe age you can actually start to mimic, but with the identity, it's not that easy. So
Can you say in video consistency in time is a problem to keep for them?
right. So this is it seems it's quite consistent in time, surprisingly. Yeah, the model is quite consistent. At least for the what swaps, yeah, because the model is quite. It depends on training. I mean, data. Like if you have a variety of data in your training, then it will be the same variety in your generation. So it's actually quite. It's all these models are data driven. So you have a very, yeah. Like I can show you the example. For example, it's kind of demonstrate that. So when I converted me and my son. In my videos, I never open my mouth almost. I speak without smiling or anything. And then I was trying to record a son. What I realized that the kids, they are not, it's not easy for them to record. They start with strange reactions like laughing and stuff. And he was laughing in his videos. And then the model couldn't pick this up. He was making mistakes and then he didn't know how to do it and whatever. And then I don't know if I will find it here. Yeah, he has like a lot of and the model couldn't convert. Yeah, like you see here, you see the teeth were open for him, but not for me. So the model didn't know how to convert his open mouth to my open mouth. So that's the lack of training data. This is the good demonstration here that if you don't have in your training data something that corresponds one-to-one, the model will not be able to it will create you something like that, like artifacts, we call them, ugly things. So that's basically the answer to whatever the issues you can have. You need to have variety of data when you train your model. Right, so that's how it usually is. Okay, so different synthetic type of videos, basically, and audios and images. And now the question is how we detect them. Yeah, that's, I don't know, talk too much actually.
Yeah, the other type of attack we wanted to discuss was the presentation attack. So when we go for the presentation attacks, we categorize them basically into print attacks, mask attacks, and replay attacks. So print attacks are basically 2D images of the person you want to make, and you put a mask and present yourself in front of a sensor. This like there are different stages in the each different age assurance system follows. The first one being document validation, but each age assurance system varies. So it might not be the same order, but document validation, and after that, the photo or video upload basically. So yeah, a selfie of the person who is like registering into the system. This is followed by the face verification basically. The age assurance system checks if both are same from the document, the image from the document and the selfie upload. And the next stage being facial age estimation, basically. And last being the liveness detection. So when we go for print attacks and mask attacks, the liveness detection step usually detects that, okay, this person is not live. But some systems are a bit flaky when it comes to mask attacks. When you actually have a 3D mask of the person you wanted to be. And also another case is the mannequins. So some systems are not particularly great with mannequins of different skin tones, and they particularly struggle when the mannequins have hair that covers their face. So these are some of the other test assets when we come to presentation attack. And also the replay attacks. So basically a replay of the person you wanted to imitate. It might be a photo or a video or an audio. So this is the other type of attack which we wanted to cover in this session. Open to questions.
So this is an example of a mask attack. Those are like each mask is $5,000, by the way. It's no kidding, yeah. It's expensive. But you can have paper based like that. You can have latex mask attacks. Yeah, this here somewhere. Wait. Yeah, this type. Well, this is not latex. Wait, here's latex, right? So you have this latex mask and the kind of rigid masks. Yeah, this is from our lab. So we have latex masks here, and this is the rigid mask. So this is the paper mask, I think. Yeah, this is like a paper mask attack. It's kind of simple and stupid, but the funny part is it may still work for some systems. Even stupid things sometimes work quite easily. So all this is like attack. When you attack means you try to fool the system. So you pretend to be something that you are not. That's basically what attack really in generic sense means. I don't know what else, like you put a Santa Claus beard for the age verification system, it would be an attack because you start to look older. You put something like on a makeup in a certain way. Yeah, there's a makeup attack also. How do you makeup? We did the makeup as well attack. I even have an image somewhere myself. Yeah, this is actually from our attack. This is a makeup attack. I can even find it. I mean, I shouldn't show my personal images too much, but I mean, if I would search it in advance, I would show you my Sylvester Stallone. Let me stop sharing for a second. I will find it and I will show you because otherwise you'll see too many. Right. So that's basically there are a lot of.
I can understand that with the mask, because I can get your face, for example, and I can And the one system, but with makeup, what is the effect of that effect?
The system will not think it's you, right? The system will think you are somebody else. That's the logic behind. I don't know how effective, it depends on so for age, definitely it's easy, actually, because age doesn't have identity.
You are like daring,
Yes. You just put lines on the face and you look like you have wrinkles. I mean, it still had to be, it should be tested because it's not that kind of straightforward. We don't know if we are going to have this issue or not. It's hard to ask to know if all the age verification system will be fooled. So this remains to be seen. We don't know. There's no studies were done for age assurance, I would say. For biometrics, yes, but age assurance, we don't know. For biometrics, the point of makeup, you can start looking. You start to be looking like somebody else. Hopefully, someone from the database of that. That's not guaranteed.
You need to know who you are.
Right. You usually, you want to know whom. Yeah, you will try to mimic. But doesn't mean it will succeed. Also, yeah, for age it makes more sense, I would say. Yeah. So it's also it can be an effective and simple way. So there is also this attacks. They can be categorized in the types of how difficult they are to perform. Like this deepfake showed, it requires compute, it requires skill, it requires time, it requires data. So that's like one of the hardest to do. So that means it's going to be rare. But the makeup or paper masks, that's going to be often because it's all like photo. That you just show a photo of a baby to the camera, that's it. A baby, you can download any baby from internet. You don't need to be specific baby. You can pass as a baby now. So you need to detect that. Otherwise, it's not going to be practically feasible to employ age assurance if it's getting fooled by a picture. So, and those are simple to do. Everybody has a phone with a screen to present to a camera effectively. So you can fool a system easily. So those are like the easiest category. So there are different types of categories of attacks.
And facial match is like one such step, but it detects the face. It compares from the document with the selfie you upload. But outside you can see like there are many such spoof documents we have in place, and it is really not that hard to create a fake document and spoof the
makeup attacks. Is a lot of that contingent on knowing what the weaknesses are in the model specifically, or are they kind of generic features that are common across all models?
For age insurance, we have no idea what really works, actually. This is what we are in the process of creating them to really start to explore this field. This actually field is kind of new. So I think this topic in that sense, like an attack on the age insurance and detection of those attacks is actually a very novel area, unexplored. So a lot of things can happen. On biometrics, it was more explored, but even there is kind of still in an active research domain. So yeah, we don't know. And also the model, the thing is with the models, usually it's not a good idea to, well, good idea, I don't know. But first of all, we don't know really how model behaves. Most of the models, they're data driven, so we don't understand what drives, like what it picks up to detect certain things. Like what does it do when it actually say it's a child or it's an adult? What it matters to it, we don't know really. I mean, we can guess, but we don't know because it's a black box essentially. You throw a bunch of data at it and you train and you hope it, you finger cross, pray to the God, and that's it. And that's basically, and then in the end you check, looks fine. Let's go. Let's make some money. But that's basically essentially that's how it works. But we don't know. We cannot guarantee anything. So that's why in court is a problem, right? We cannot use this in court often. I mean, this is a whole field called explainability of the models, which deals with the trying to figure out what they do. Therefore, targeting that is hard. my point is like to attack that type of system, it's hard if you don't know what to do to attack it, we also don't know. So usually people just also, the people who try to spoof the system, who try to attack it, they also kind of same style, banzai, attack, kamikaze, like, you know, just do something and pray for the best and see what works. I have some examples from another project, like, I don't know if I can share, but I can, if I don't name, probably I can share. So they basically have a one guy. So this is the company that does verification, like this ID document matching. And apparently they have one guy, specific guy, like they know the guy, like they know his face. He's been trying to upload like a fake ID, register with that company to match the ID, fake document and fake selfie more than 40 times. Same dude, for no apparent reason, like a hobby. I don't know. Seems like there's no incentive there. Luckily he's stupid. Yeah, because so selfie just he just took a image, like a photo, and repeated it, like they collect 5-second video. So they say, please record the video. So instead of recording a video, he records he doesn't record, he just upload like a video, which is a repeated image. So image is being like a photo repeated 500 times. There's no movement there, right? So it's very easy to detect. You just compare two frames, they're the same. So, I mean, that means he's stupid, because you could even do the video of an image like moving a phone around. It's already a video, right? So, I mean, that's level of stupid. But 40 times, I mean, relentless as well. So you would wonder what that, but that's happens. It's kind of funny, I think. I find it funny, yeah, but it's not going to be funny when like those pesky Russians are going to start doing this actually on a scaled up basis. Yeah, and that will happen for sure, because if it becomes prominent, this type of systems, if they become prevalent in certain, in the bad actors with resources, they will do it properly, and that's going to be a big issue. I found the makeup, I think, somewhere. Let me see. Oh no, makeup is not good. So I found one wake up photo, but it's not very good. So I don't know. Let's see the level of. Let me share. So this is a bit of a original. So this is our lab. We have the mannequin here. You can see. And we are hiring like a makeup artist to do some makeup stuff. So yeah. So this is like they're trying to do a clown out of me, but that I don't know if it will full age verification, but basically, yeah, you know, or gender here. This is fluid gender probably more than anything. But yeah, it's not a Sylvester Stallone one. This one is more professional. Let me search more. Right. So this is just to show how makeup can look like. It can be like anything, right? You can draw anything on your face. Your face is the canvas. Anyone actually had this type of attacks in the experience in terms of like those who do the systems? Did you ever witness this type of things, like people trying to fool you for no apparent reason, or it's just hypothetical right now? Did anyone experience this actually in practice? like attacks
Makeup,
or anything.
just a text rate, just and so on, are very common in this case, that's, already discussed.
Like a photo.
Yes,
So photo is very common already.
yes, even guns, sometimes,
Who?
the guns.
Oh, they do. On the screen, okay. But they do it for what? For documents or photos? For selfies, okay. So people are getting smarter and smarter slowly. Mm. So it is already a problem. Right. Yes. So it's actually becomes simple to do. Yeah, that's where we are going to, and I think it's going to be more and more of that. But what is the incentive for them to break into the system usually? So to get a loan from a bank or something, right? Yeah. They may, at some point, they may spam people like these systems with, you can scale, right? You can do like this spamming, like they do it with emails. They can probably do it with that.
With names?
Like you automatically register every minute, try to register into.
I never saw that.
No, but it may get to that, I would think.
Possible. They can do multiple registration, of course, they will, the system that detect someone tries it multiple times.
Yeah. No, you can, if you can say something, I mean, I'm still looking for my images.
People on Zoom, if they have any questions.
I think there was chat somewhere, yeah. Wait. These don't look like 5,000 masks. No, they are actually 5,000 masks. Maybe they were like 5 years ago, but they were.
I had a question about guns. What kind of features are typically useful to detect if it's an attack or not? For example, consistency in time or in natural movement of the gun.
So the visually ones, visual features, I can show you. I mean, the systems, automatic systems that do that, that's again is a bit of a black box. There is typically how it's done. You have you get a lot of fake images or videos. You get a lot of real ones. You have two classes. You train a model to distinguish between the two, and then it tells you fake, real, fake, real, fake, real, like that.
The whole thing.
Usually it's cropped. Yeah, it's crop of face, maybe a bit of background, depends on the model, like depends on what approach they try to do. But usually it's face-based, yeah. The problem with those type of systems, they rarely generalize, which means outside of the, yeah, right, exactly. Because if it's created a bit differently, the deepfake, they will not probably detect it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't see it in a training set. So generalization is always an issue for the models like that. But visually, it's a bit easier. Let me just find that thing. As an example, there are artifacts, right? So creating a very convincing deepfake is hard. Let me show you. Let me share. So, for example, yeah. So here, this is original one woman original. This is another woman original, right? So they have glasses, for example. So yeah, I mean, so you have this attack. One of them. So this one model that shows you not very good. You see this where the glasses are? They are not very well on the bottom. They are kind of this type of artifacts. The model failed to replicate glasses very well. even if you have a higher quality, so you have different, so you actually have visually, you can see different, this is one,
My name is
actually harder to see here.
and
But there is like a mask, you can see there is a problem, some lighting problem. There's a bit too pink in the middle of the face. So there's a lot of issues, like this is better, but still, if I do you can see there's double glasses here. One glass from one generated by the model, another glass is actually from the original one. That mask didn't, so the mask was replacing up to here. So the original glass was sticking out and they're still there. So you have the generated glasses, but then now it's double glasses. There are all these type of issues that that models GANs do not perform well because, I mean, if you have a specific person you're targeting, you can do it manually. And that's what usually YouTube fakes of some famous celebrities, that's what they do. They actually generate something like that and then they manually clean up, like Photoshop, like frame by frame, right? So they do a lot of that. Like there is a Twitter account, fake Tom Cruise or something like there's famous kind of semi-famous fake accounts that they show off their work to demonstrate the skills. There they do a lot of manual work to avoid these artifacts. But if you have a scaled system, like automatic system that person has no skills, just use the software, you will have these type of issues. Glasses, facial hair, like that example with me and my son, right? Replacement, that was also obvious. That was like if I was shaved, I'm a
Another
baby
issue
looking,
is
right? Well, I have a double chin. It should pose you a question like, why would the child have a double chin? That's a bit of an issue, but definitely a more issue if we have a facial hair at the bottom. That looks really weird. So visually, it's kind of it's like strange, right? There is you can detect it visually somehow, especially when it's kids, of course, involved. But I mean, when it's adults, it's a bit harder, but you can. Multiracial, like if you replace different race between themselves, like Chinese to Asian to white and white to black and all that. So you will have an issue there as well because skin tone outside of the face will be looking differently. I did this in a data set. So I have like a data set of randomly, not random, semi-randomly pairwise replaced people. And there are a lot of bad examples that I could generate, like ugly, like, I mean, unspeakable sometimes, right? So hey, let me show you. Why not? I mean, this is learning session. I mean, this is a bit traumatizing sometimes, but you know, if you don't you know, you learn what is out there because it's not always good to see the good examples. So that's what automatic systems, you know. So it's when you talk about automatic detection, we're talking about scale usually. It's not one video. It's usually you have thousands of fakes in your like Facebook somewhere, database or something. You're being flooded with fakes. So for those type of fakes, there are a lot of issues that the models can pick up because there are a lot of artifacts. The scalability is an issue. Individual example, you can make it, but you know, if you're a skilled person, you can make a lot of very good quality things that probably will be very hard to detect. So let me show you some of the ugly ones. This is good. Okay, so like this.
My name is Marthe Robert and I live Rue du Général Ailleret.
So the glasses an issue, right? You see there immediately that there is an issue there. Yeah, let me do me and yeah, here. It's supposed to be me on top of some other guy.
And I live.
Yeah, it's very, it's not very, it's not that, oh yeah, here.
My name is Ariane Cantin and I live Rue de
Like you can see the mask and everything. You have this ugly border. You don't see it on the screen very well, but it's quite obvious on the real screen.
My name is
Aya
Duplanti and I live Boulevard Tesla.
This is the original model.
My name is Aya Duplanti and I live Boulevard Tesla.
Yeah, this is
My name is Claude
and
Boisclair and I live in Rue Petite Fusterie.
So you see how ugly it can get? Like this was a young Japanese guy, I think, that I tried to swap on top of the old white guy, Swiss guy. So the original is this one, this
My
original
name is Claude Boisclair.
old Swiss guy, and I tried to, not this guy, wait, this is not. Original Japanese, I don't probably have here. Yeah, I
What?
don't have. But it's like I was trying to swap cross race and cross age on purpose to see what they get, and you get ugly things. And cross out, yeah, the guy he had no, you're right. The original guy has glasses, and the swap. So like you can get things like that. This is automated system. I mean, you cannot predict. Therefore, a lot of kind of thinking goes into selecting good samples, good people to swap, glasses to glasses, without glasses better, facial hair to facial hair, race to race, gender to gender, age roughly to age. You know, a lot of things already there to have a good one. So that's basically the.
We have another session now regarding deepfake detection, so we can mind up this one.
I hope it was informative anyway. I showed you a lot of ugly stuff. But you know, huh? Traumatizing, yeah, but you know.
Again, a lot of traumatizing stuff with one stuff again.
No, that one is cleaned up. That's the presentation. No, everything. I don't have any like yeah, I try to avoid the controversial there. It's right. So have another one again. This is deepfake.
Deepfake detection. I think you can stop the share and.
Okay.